How to ask questions professionally at work. This is the focus of today's episode from English with Aziza. Hello, everyone. Have you ever been in a meeting where everyone seemed to understand what was happening except you? Maybe your manager explained a new project. Maybe a colleague shared an idea. Maybe someone used technical words or explained something too quickly. And while everyone else was nodding, you were thinking, I don't understand. You wanted to ask questions. You wanted someone to explain it again, but you stayed quiet because you thought maybe everyone else understands. Maybe this is a stupid question. Maybe they will think I am not good enough. Maybe my English is not professional enough. So instead, you said nothing. Then the meeting ended. You went back to your desk, still confused, and now you had two problems. You still didn't understand the task, and you had to figure everything out by yourself. Well, if that sounds familiar, I'm here to tell you you are not alone. This happens to thousands of professionals every day. And surprisingly, it is one of the biggest communication mistakes people make at work. Many people believe that asking questions makes them look inexperienced. But if you have ever worked with a great manager or an experienced leader, you will notice something interesting. They ask questions all the time. They ask for clarification. They ask for more information. They ask people to explain their ideas. Why? Because they know something important. Asking questions doesn't show weakness. It shows that you care about understanding the work correctly. Think about it this way. Which employee would you trust more? Someone who pretends to understand but makes mistakes later, or someone who asks one clear question and gets the job right the first time? Well, most managers would choose the second person, the person who asks one clear question and gets the job right the first time. Why? Because mistakes usually cost much more than questions. One reason people don't ask questions is because they think they need the perfect question. They spend too much time thinking, oh my gosh, how should I say it? Is my grammar correct? Should I use more professional words? At the same time, the discussion moves on. The opportunity disappears, and they leave the meeting with unanswered questions. The truth is, people aren't looking for perfect English, they are looking for clear communication. Another thing I have noticed is that many professionals apologize before asking a question. They say things like, I'm sorry, this might be a silly question. I'm so sorry, maybe I missed something. Or I'm so sorry for asking. Why? Why do you need to apologize? Why do you need to apologize before even speaking? Think about that. You are apologizing for trying to understand your work better. Why? So instead, remember that questions are part of professional communication. Every successful project starts with people asking good questions. Sometimes people avoid asking questions because they don't want to interrupt. Well, that is understandable. Nobody wants to seem rude, but there is a difference between interrupting someone and waiting for the right moment to ask for clarification. Professional discussions are built on questions. Questions help people think. Questions prevent misunderstandings. Questions improve decisions. Without questions, teams make assumptions, and assumptions often become expensive mistakes. Something else that helps is changing the purpose of your question. Don't ask questions just because you are confused. Ask questions because you want everyone to be successful. For example, maybe you are thinking, I'm asking this because I don't understand. No, no, no. Instead, think about it this way. I am asking this because I want to make sure we all understand the same thing. That small change completely changes your confidence. Why? Because you are contributing to the discussion, not interrupting. You want to make sure that everyone understands because you care about everyone. You want everyone to be successful. So this is the mind shift that you need to have. Instead of thinking that you are asking the question because you don't understand, you can say that you can say to yourself that you are asking the question because you want to make sure everyone understands the same thing. Another reason people struggle is because they think asking one question means they should understand everything afterward. But that is not realistic. Sometimes one answer creates another question, and that's okay. Professional communication is a conversation, not a test. So the goal is not to ask one perfect question, the goal is to leave the meeting with clarity. One thing I always recommend is preparing questions before important meetings, especially if you know the meeting topic. Think about what you might need to understand, what decisions need to be made, what information is missing, what would help you to do your work better. When you prepare questions in advance, you are much more likely to speak during the meeting. And every time you do, your confidence grows. Here is something I want you to remember. The smartest person in the room is not always the one with all the answers. Sometimes it is the person asking the best questions because good questions create better discussions. Better discussions create better ideas, and better ideas create better results. So the next time you are in a meeting, don't stay silent because you are afraid of asking. If something is not clear, ask. If you need more information, ask. If you want to understand better, ask. Because asking one professional question today can save hours of confusion tomorrow. And that is what great communication is all about. Not pretending to know everything, but having the confidence to learn, one question at a time. So, if you have ever left a meeting feeling confused because you were too afraid to ask questions, I hope this episode reminds you that asking questions is not a weakness. It is one of the strongest professional communication skills you can develop. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more episodes about business English, workplace communication, professional speaking, English for meetings, and career communication skills. And if you know someone who always says, I want to ask, but I was too nervous, please share this episode with them. It might give them the confidence to speak up in their next meeting. So, thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next Thursday because I am actually planning to upload every Thursday for the time being. All right. So, yeah, keep learning, keep speaking, and never stop asking questions. Have a great week and take care. Bye bye.